Welcome to Journey. My name is Hector, and I'd like to meditate on happiness today. In fact, I want to go to the very beginning of happiness, the spark of happiness, that moment just at the beginning of where we start to feel completely happy and content. We'll do that by finding a memory, a moment in our lives where we were deeply happy. And then we're going to access that memory and go look in detail about the very moment where we could catch our mind going from normal, neutral to a spark of happiness and what that feels like. And it can be any moment at all. You can remember all the way back to childhood, maybe experiencing food for the first time, or falling in love for the first time, or feeling relaxed for the first time, or going on vacation. It doesn't matter what memory you use. We're going to find that moment, that memory. We access that memory by bringing it front and center of our mind using the practice of meditation, concentrating our attention there. And then we're going to peel away the circumstances that gave us happy, because that happiness didn't come from the circumstances. The happiness we want to access is the one that was embodied, the one that you actually felt inside of you. That you still have, and you can reach it through meditation. So let's get started. I'd like to make sure that you're in a good meditation posture, and this means both physically and mentally. So make sure you're in a nice space where you won't be bothered, or at least you could fade away into the background all the noises and distractions, both physically and mentally if you can. So if you've got things that are worrying you, things you need to sort out, they'll still be there at the end of the meditation. But for the next 15 minutes, make a commitment to say goodbye to those problems, goodbye to those worries. You will address them later, and for here and now, let's play with this meditation so we can access really the core and that spark of happiness. So meditation posture is something you habituate. I like being seated with my spine straight, my shoulders slightly open, slightly pulled back. My hands are on my thighs, that way my shoulders push back, and this gives you an open chested feel and also an upright, but not tense, not sort of stressed out. That's not meditating. Meditation is relaxed and withdrawn from your physical body so your mind can focus and pay attention to what you choose it to do. And of course, there'll be distractions and so on, but if we make a commitment at the beginning to say, whenever my mind worries about anything else or wants to think about tomorrow or yesterday, I'll just gently bring that mind back to what I'm actually meditating on, which is the spark of happiness. So let's get started. Make sure you're nicely seated, your spine is straight, and do a quick body scan to make sure that you are releasing attention from your body and leaving it parked there for the entirety of the meditation. And so begin at your feet, bringing your mind's attention there and releasing any tension that you might feel around the toes, the arch of your foot, the soles of your feet, your ankles. And this is just imagining that you feel relief there, relaxed. If you need to make any micro adjustments to make sure your body won't call your attention, just go ahead and do that. And then slowly begin to move up towards your knees, releasing any tension there, your thighs, your hips, your torso. If you're a seasoned meditator, see if you can tuck in your tummy just a little bit at the belly button. Just that sensation of tucking in, and this gives you stability in your lower spine. And imagine this powerful spine like gold coins stacked one on top of the other, holding you upright and stable. Hands on your thighs or in front of you, your shoulders slightly open, releasing any tension at the chest, fingers tingling with freedom. neck and shoulders relaxed. And then I invite you to release any tension on your face by bringing on a Mona Lisa smile, this tiny smile at the edge of your lips and eyes that give you an uplifted feeling, already preempting happiness. It releases so many muscles on your face and jawline. And then finally releasing any tension at the brow, between your eyebrows. And imagining the crown of your head being held up like a string on a marionette. Now that we've relaxed the body, withdrawn from the room, we're left with this mind of ours. So to focus our mind, let's pay attention to the breath. No need to control it. Just observe it as if you've never noticed it before. What's it doing? Where do you feel the breath entering and exiting your body? Of course, you can focus your attention at the tip of the nostril where the breath enters and exits the nostril. If you're doing that, see if you can catch the difference in temperature or the tiny hairs at the tip of your nostrils moving. Other people focus their attention on the sensation of the air between the lips and the nostrils. See if you can feel it there. No need to control it, just observe the inhale and exhale naturally. You should begin to see it calm down and relax until you reach a point where you'll want to take a natural deep inhale, meaning, oh, my body is relaxed. This happens naturally over time. Another way to focus on the breath, to bring your mind's attention to focus, is at the chest. The tactile sensations of the abdomen or the chest expanding and contracting, upper torso. This lets you experience the breath and the body connection. As you notice, the more with every exhale you relax, sort of melt into the experience. And of course, if your mind wanders, if it wants to pay attention to sounds, itches, ideas, etc., whenever you catch your mind wandering off, just naturally be happy that you've caught it. And with that joy, bring it back to the breath, to what we're meditating on right now. So with that good, strong basis, we're already halfway through the meditation focus part. Let's go searching for a moment in our lives where we were truly happy, completely fulfilled. The best part of happy you can imagine. Any time in your life, any moment, but let your mind go searching at all the happy moments you've had, all the periods of your life where you felt completely at ease, joyful, full. Allow yourself to smile if you remember these beautiful moments. So let your mind go skipping from moment to moment until you find one that you really want to access that feeling of happiness again. Whatever the memory is, it's okay. We'll peel away the circumstances and remain with the state of mind that engaged with it. So now that you have it, pick one. Bring that memory front and center of your mind, like a movie on an IMAX screen. bigger than life, brighter than life. That's all your mind can see. Everything else faded far away into the distance, into the background, out of focus, soft in sounds. All that is in front of you now is that moment. Whatever moment you recalled, whatever memory brought you deepest happiness. And we're going to go look at that moment in a little bit more detail. We're going to try and rewind that moment to the point where you actually felt that spark of happiness begin to grow inside of you. There must have been a moment where the happiness began to grow inside of you, regardless of the situation or the people around you or the circumstances. Something in you, something maybe around your chest, your heart, felt this kind of openness begin to occur. A smile over your face. And so rewind that moment in slow-mo until you find that spark, until you imagine that you found that spark. And let everything else drop away and reconnect with that spark right here, right now. Imagine it's present inside of you just by the act of remembering. And let it grow again, right here, right now, accessing the same kind of happiness, but brighter and bigger because it's now. It's now in your mind, and your body will follow. With every inhale, imagine it growing inside of you, just happy, completely and utterly happy, birthed from that spark. So you can imagine it like light at your chest, glowing and expanding until it reaches the edges of your skin and pores, making you brighter than light with happiness. Or you can just experience it physically in your body wherever you feel the joy. Allow the sides of your lips to turn up in a smile. If your mind distracts you and wants to think of anything else, just return to being in that moment again, growing that happiness, amplifying that very moment. With every breath, everything else fades away, just right here, right now, joyful and happy, sparked by that memory. And in your next inhale, begin to come back to your body, reconnecting with this room, but now like a second layer of you that's experienced that happiness for a few minutes again. See if you can actually feel that sensation inside of you now. Just give yourself a moment. Fluttering your eyes open, looking around. This is where you can get to look at how your meditation went. what your mind did as you tried to access happy over and over by returning to the memory and the image. And of course, you can do this at any time and shift the state of mind one step closer to actually feeling happy. The practice of meditation is being able to bring our mind to focus on a specific quality of our mind, in this case happiness. And the more we return to it, the more likely we are to actually naturally step into that emotion whenever it's time. So thank you so much for joining. Please join any of our live or on-demand classes, and I hope to see you in a classroom soon. Bye-bye.